fair work in a wellbeing economy. I'd invite members wishing to participate in the debate to press the request to speak buttons, and I call on the Cabinet Secretary to speak to and move the motion for around 12 minutes. Cabinet Secretary.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I move the motion in my name and that of my colleagues. Our vision is for a wellbeing economy which supports fair and green economic growth and which benefits people and communities across Scotland, providing opportunities for all. And this government has been clear that economic activity should serve a purpose to provide good jobs, and promote fair work, to reduce poverty and increase living standards, and to boost tax revenues and sustain high-quality public services. We want to build an economy where our businesses and industries thrive and where economic success works for all. A successful wellbeing economy is underpinned by our ambition to be a leading Fair Work nation in 2025, an ambition we share with the Fair Work Convention, to be a country where fair work drives success, well-being and prosperity for individuals, businesses, organisations and society as a whole. So I welcomed the Convention's recent Fair Work Nation 2025 research report, which is a significant and welcome step in measuring progress against our shared ambition. And we are making progress. Figures released just this last week on earnings show that annual growth in median weekly earnings for full-time employees in Scotland between April 22 and April 2023 was up 9.7% compared to a 6.2% increase for the UK as a whole. In 2023, the gender pay gap I will do shortly. In 2023, the gender pay gap for all employees in Scotland was 8.7%, which is lower than the comparable figure for the UK at 14.3%. The gender pay gap for full-time employees in Scotland is 1.7%, also lower than the comparable figure for the UK at 7.7%, and continues the long-term downward trend. In April 22, the proportion of employees in Scotland paid the real living wage or more was 91%. Scotland leads the rest of the UK in paying employees the real living wage. I give way to Mr Johnson.
Daniel Johnson.
And I'm very grateful to the Cabinet Secretary for doing so. The Fair Work Convention's report also highlighted a number of areas where the Scottish Government could go further. Which of those do you think is the most important in terms of the Scottish Government's next steps?
Cabinet Secretary.
As I said, I welcomed the report of the Fair Work Convention, which was a very helpful measure of where we are in terms of the progress that we're making, but also challenging in terms of us needing to go further. We continue to work with the Fair Work Convention. I meet with them regularly and support the measures that they have come forward to suggest to us we need to do more work on, which is within the areas that we're already considering around our Fair Work action plans, ensuring that we are responding not just to the needs that they are identifying, but also the trade union organisations that the Labour Party in its amendment appears to ignore around the devolution of employment law. A report by the Living Wage Foundation published in August indicates, bear with me a second, indicates in addition to Scotland having the lowest levels of pay in the UK, it also has the lowest levels of insecure work and low-paid insecure work in the UK. This same report specifically recognised the positive impact our Fair Work approach is having on Scotland's labour market. Fair Work is about promoting a more ambitious and positive agenda for Scotland's workplaces and wider economy.